doing so well?
I'm out of practice. I used to be better when I was a kid.
What'd I pull this time?
Wait a minute, huh? Read about that still that blew up last week?
Yeah, 10,000 gallons of bootleg liquor down on Grand Street.
Right. The place looked like a buzz bomb hit it. 11 injured, 4 dead. All of them innocent except one.
The cooker?
Right. The Treasury Department boys have been working on it for a long time. They finally connected the still to a Frankie Dravo. Before they could move in, the stuff blew and took Dravo with it.
End of story.
Not for us. Well, of course, he's hot about it. Manslaughter angle. He wants to prosecute the deaths.
Got anything to go on?
Maybe. We figure another still's gonna be built. It's a big business.
So?
We think the people that backed Dravo might be involved in this one.
You want me to find them, prove their connection with Dravo still, right?
Yeah. You do that, we can go to court.
Hope I have better luck than you.
Step number 1. Special Investigator Shannon, uninvited and unexpected, attended the services for Frankie Dravo. When Dravo had the funds, he was known as a big spender on the Broadway electric circuit. He liked showgirls. Shannon ran a check on the license plate and found out that the convertible was registered to a Miss Nevada Brown. She was an entertainer at the Chez Seville.
This is really living. How do you get to meet a gal like that?
Even if you stand behind the rope and watch, you've got to pay minimum.
Man, I'd stand in a hailstorm looking at her. This covered?
Minimum is $250.
I'm talking about the maximum. Miss Nevada goes with it.
Look, Clyde, I told you I don't drink bubbles. You didn't have to buy 2.
Honey, for you, I'd buy 22. Only I'd like you to get this straight. My name's Slater, Billy Joe Slater, not Clyde.
It's Clyde.
Girl, you can have it any way you want. Now, let's see, where were we?
Down on the South 40, I think. Or was it that big little old Tennessee hill town?
If you wouldn't josh me, you could learn a few things. Like they say it in pictures, there's gold in them Tennessee hills.
Look, Clyde, that friend I told you about, well, he's here now, so, like, thanks for everything. You were a real gas.
Well, honey, you're not running off.
Since when are you table hop, Nevada?
I was was just waiting for you, Max. This gentleman
Move,
here.
gentlemen. The lady wants out.
Say now, look, I got 2 bottles of champagne. Be pleased if y'all join.
Try the next act. You'll like her better. She uses fans.
Come on, gents, I'm just being friendly.
Go fill an ashtray, Farmer. The hairpin's with me.
What he means is, he's got too many friends now.
Hey, Nevada, wait. You forgot your champagne.
You wait, mister. You get me in trouble.
Says who?
You give me 20, okay? I take care of you. Stay out of that.
My money's just as good as his.
No, he's Max Callan. He comes for air every night. Big man.
Never heard of him.
You really a long way from home. Max was a fighter, big man.
Well, I'm just sick of you running a tourist bureau.
That guy was pure cider, loaded with Confederate money. You're so jealous it pops me.
Hey, group, wait a minute here. I can't drink this all by my lonesome.
Tough.
Fellas, give me a break. I found her first.
You don't understand so good, clod kicker. We are friends. We don't know you. We don't want to. Now beat it before your coughing teeth.
Knock it, Max. You make me sick with the muscles bit. Look, Clyde, it was all grand. Now it's over. Run along.
Say, good idea. We'll party someplace. I'm not sponging, gents. I'm loaded. Be my treat.
Man from the farm wants a treat. He's gonna get one.
This is bye-bye.
You want something to take home? Try this.
Max, no, he's harmless.
Not in my place. I said not in here.
Max, quit it. Grow up. They'll have the cops just like the last
I
time.
got a message for you, punk. I want to find you again.
Good. I'll make it easy for you.
All this mess.
What he means is you got a pretty quick right hand, Farmer. Drop over for a matinee.
You look a little tired.
I've been keeping late hours. What have you got on the Broadway kids?
Well, you had Callan tapped. Ex-pug. Not bad in his class. Poses semi-legit now, but always has money. Jukebox man, garbage disposal. What every old fighter should know.
What's that?
Meet the right people.
How about the other one?
His name's Jimmy Pepper. He's just a leech. Ex-con, 2-time loser.
Either of them connected with Frankie Dravo?
Not on the surface, but they're both the same kind. Callan took over with Nevada Brown when Frankie Dravo got killed.
You think Callan's got the kind of dough that built Frankie Dravo's still?
And if he didn't, he could find it. What are you playing?
The heck, but maybe that's not good enough.
How do you mean?
Lavelle, I'm getting awful tired of having a lot of crumbs use me for a punching bag.
So?
This time I want to try to make the team.
Step number 2. During the next 3 days, Shannon went to work on Jimmy Pepper. As a known confidence man, Pepper warmed up fast.
Country boy in the city with 50 G's. What are you gonna do with it?
Mr. Pepper, I'd sure appreciate your advice. The way I got it figured, money gets where money is. I'm looking for a hot deal right now.
Well, I'll tell you this much, Farmer Dan. You ain't gonna find your deal in the want ads.
Or the business brokers either. I already tried them. I figured with your contacts, you might get wind of things.
I might. Did you ever hear of Baby Tarzo, Farmer boy?
No?
Middleweight fighter. Very lucky boy for me. Then he gets snowblind, juicing, gaming, turns into a lard ball. Baby Tarzo was the last man Max knocked out.
I take it Max has to win all his fights, even now.
Yeah, he's got the habit. Funny, though.
What's that?
If he ever loses to you, he likes you better. Look at me. I trimmed him once. Business thing. We're pals. I write it down to human nature.
You go into some deals with Max?
Look, there's a little fish. You know, it's got a kind of suction in its mouth. Latches onto a big fish like a shark. Steers him every place he goes.
What does the little fish get out of it?
What does he need? He's traveling.
Step number 3. Late that afternoon, prodded by Shannon, Pepper arranged a meeting with Max Callan on Callan's terms.
You know, Farmer, you give me a feeling I haven't had in years.
What's that?
Be kind to dumb animals. Your laces are up. Be kind to horses and dogs.
Hey, low blow.
It wasn't. You want to cry, punk? Here's your hanky.
That's it, wrong one.
That wasn't any 3 minutes.
You wouldn't last another one.
Try me.
What he means is you're not a bad club fighter, but you're getting arm weary. Next thing you go down, hurt your head. Good enough, huh, Max?
You tickle me, punk. You give me kind of a funny feeling behind the ears. Where'd you fight?
Golden Gloves, down home. Never came up against any real pros before. You taught me a few things.
Funny combination, eh, Max? Club fighting country boy, and he's got dough.
I ain't seen any of it.
I haven't been showing it around till I find the right deal. Pepper says you might be in the market.
Pepper chews too much air.
Max, I told you, it's the right kind of money.
I got up to 50,000.
How, dig it out of the mule pasture?
Oh, I explained it to Pepper. My daddy passed away. He had 2 pretty big farms. I sold them.
I've been chopped by your kind before. Farmer Dan puts up his bankroll. All he wants is a sure thing and 1,000% profit.
Not when you're bred to it.
Huh?
Down home, our whole life's gambling. Crops, weather. I can take my chances. Thought I proved that to you in the ring.
What do you think you're going into? A dairy?
I'll ask when the time comes.
You may not get the chance.
You see, what he means...
Shut up, mouth. I can talk. Now, you put this in storage. I got a deal, yeah. Maybe I could use you, maybe not. But around this town, when something's hot, it begins to burn. People smell it. I ain't taking that chance.
So?
You fan down your entire bankroll, that's ace. Deuce, you lay it right in my hand. Trey, we show you the deal.
Suppose I don't like it.
Then all bets are off.
Words to that effect.
Well, I guess that's sensible. Kind of like mule trading down home.
You better remember how it was.
What?
Down home. Because if you try to phony this deal just once, you ain't gonna see it again.
Step number 4. Through the district attorney's office, a draft of funds was drawn in the name of Billy Joe Slater. Max Callan and Jimmy Pepper set up the look-in meeting for 11 that night at the hotel room Shannon rented.
I don't see any carpet bag under the bed. Where are you keeping it?
My daddy was always partial to the Book of Psalms.
I got no crab on the numbers. Is it hot?
I can save you the trouble. I drew it at the Gotham Trust.
Okay, you showed us the cover of the book. Now show us chapter and verse. 49 more.
I may be green, Max, but not enough so's I'd carry it.
You flushing out?
Of course I'm not. I've got a cashier's check. Signed, countersigned. Walk right out and cash it.
Let me see that.
It's a 2-way street, Max. You want me to pay for our look, then you got to do likewise.
What kind of a chisel are you trying to pull?
There's an old saying down home. You never buy a mule with a saddle on him. Tell me what you got, Max, and we'll put the paper doll back together.
You really know how to pick them, don't you? All right. It's the alky business.
Moonshining? You mean a still right here in the city?
Yeah.
Boy, gents, I could have done that better down in Tennessee.
This is big business up here. There's a federal tax, $10.50 per gallon.
What he means is better than 100 grand every run.
Yeah, but isn't it dangerous? Sometimes down home they blow.
Sometimes every place.
Shut up.
This deal, are you operating now?
If we were, we wouldn't need you. We need some more equipment, that's all. Your 50 would do it. You playing?
Maybe. Of course, I want to see the plant, outline what I get.
You're stalling.
How'd I even know you got a plant? You know I've got the money.
Ooh, you got some big words. 2-way streets, down home. All right. I'll tip the plant to you. But if you don't come up with the full dough, your street's gonna be a dead end.
Step number 5. The following afternoon, I arranged to meet at the wig shop on West 46th Street. I'm A.P. Bonacorsi, Assistant District Attorney, Borough of Manhattan.
Shannon? Well, how do you like the big city?
Fine, when I don't have to travel with a guide.
Did they tail you?
First Cal and then Pepper. They're going to take me down tonight.
Do you know where the plant is?
Not a chance. I go in blindfolded. After I get there, I've got to turn over the full 50.
We can't risk that amount of money, Shannon. We're going to use Lavelle as a Red Streak messenger. He'll have this. Smallest transmitter you can get. Very effective at short range.
I don't want you boys to be at long range.
The briefcase will be locked. Lavelle delivers it.
Then I stall until I can get Callan naming names.
That's right. It's a risky way to play it, Shannon, but we've got to have the evidence to tie it back to Dravo and the first explosion.
Just one thing, Al.
What's that?
Don't wait outside until you've heard Callan's life story. I want to tell my own someday.
Take it off.
I had it right the first time, just like down home. Who's he?
Lasker. He cooks the stuff. He can squeeze alky out of old Pullman curtains. Trouble is, we don't have the curtains.
What are you missing?
Enough. He won't settle for a makeshift job. He's afraid of going up the same way Frankie Dravo did. That's where you come in. Okay, you've had your look. There it all is. There ain't any surprise. Now let's see the dough.
Fair enough. I'll call to have it delivered.
Call who?
Bonded Messenger Company, Red Street.
Give me the number.
Region 44598.
What's the setup?
I left the dough in a locked briefcase with Red Street. The right identification is my name and 77-21.
Let's go. Hello, Red Street. My name is Slater. I arranged for the special delivery of a package. Yeah. My number is 77-21. I want it delivered to a friend of mine. His name is Pepper. He'll be waiting in the alley off 32nd Street. Ask him for his name, if he knows Slater, and the identification number.
Yes, sir.
You got it?
Right.
Move!
Step number 6. We stood by as Pepper met Lavelle and made the pickup as planned. He returned to his cab. We followed.
It was level, like he said.
What's in this, rocks?
City directory. I put it in with a dough so the messenger wouldn't get suspicious. Sure, that's why I'm talking to you now. All right, Max, let's talk turkey. What do I get for my 50?
Like I told you, a 10% cut.
Maybe I'm an apple knocker, but that's not much.
There are other guys in this besides you.
Who, Pepper?
Yeah, and Lasker there.
Anybody else?
Yak. You think you was buying Standard Oil?
But I have to go with some loot.
Sounds like they got a pretty smart patsy in there.
Not smart enough, whoever he is. If it hadn't been for the Red Street Company, we never would have been tipped off on this.
Mike Steelman owns a piece of this building. He's fronting the title to it. Here, Rube. Sniff everything.
I did some checking myself, Max.
Meaning what?
It's no secret. Ask around. They tell me you own that still that blew up and killed Frankie Dravo and 3 other people.
Sure I did. What about it?
Were Mike Steelman, Lasker, and Pepper in it, too?
Yeah, the same kind of a deal. What's that got to do with this?
You don't buy a mule with a saddle on.
You said it wrong, Farmer. You just sold one. Get the key.
Let's go.
Look at those badges. Man, am I glad to see the law. Who are you? Slater, Billy Joe Slater. I'm up from Tennessee trying to buy a business. These men were fixing to bilk me in here. Look, officers, that's Moonshine equipment.
He's lying. It belongs to him. He's been trying to sell us.
I'll do the talking. Who's this Mike Steelman?
Never heard of him.
I can straighten that out, officers. He fronts for this still. He's in with them.
And what about this?
Mine, every penny I got, right in there.
All right. Move him out.
You really can pick him, can't you?
You'll have to go downtown with us, Mr. Slater, until we can check your credentials.
I'd be delighted, sir. One thing, though.
What's that?
I'd sure like to get your name.
Why?
You see, I'm going to write a letter to the mayor. Tell him how much I appreciate you city fellers looking after our country boy.